Howdy, everybody. Welcome to Step Into the Portal. My name is the Brandt. I'm excited you're here. Happy Monday morning, everybody. Today, I'm going to be playing the Lord of the Rings adventure book game from Ravensburger Games. So this is out and available now. This is a copy that I actually picked up myself. And so this is the third in a series of adventure book games. The first one was The Princess Bride, and then they followed up with Wizard of Oz, and now Lord of the Rings is the third one. So I have the adventure book actually on the table here. In between them, I'll try to show you. But it's a series of short games. In this one, it's 8 different games. Excuse me. And they play 1 to 4 players, and it is card-driven. So you have a series of cards, and as you progress, you basically turn the pages of the book, and you're playing another chapter of the story. And there's 8 chapters to go through the Lord of the Rings trilogy here. Really, I believe, based on the movies, the character artwork, it's all artwork, but it looks like the actor, it portrays the act. It looks like the actors that portrayed the characters. That's how I wanted to say that sentence. So it's pretty straightforward. I'll teach you how to play. I'm going to play the solo mode today, which is really easy. One of the elements of the game is that you can trade cards with other players. So all we have to do to play solo is simulate a second hand that we can trade cards with. And then we just go through and take our actions. Each game is 15 turns long maximum. So we'll be done. We'll be done in 15 turns. And then we move on to the next part of the story is the plan. All right. So let's go down to the table and check it out. Oh, before we do that, if you're watching with me live, then feel free to say hello in the chat. If you're watching this afterward, then you can say anything in the comments down below. Either way, if you could give a thumb up to the video, that would be awesome. And if you enjoy watching me play games live, then you can subscribe to the channel, Step Into the Portal. All right, awesome. Let's check it out. So really simple rule book that it comes with here, as well as reference cards. I'm going to put this box top back on and have the rule book nearby, which will answer any questions for us. All right, here we go. Welcome to The Lord of the Rings. The first one is called The Adventure Begins. After receiving a mysterious ring, Frodo leaves the Shire with his friends and heads towards Bree and the unknown. So it tells us how to set everything up. So we're going to put the Chapter 1 plot card right here. We're going to shuffle the story deck and deal 4 cards to each player. So I will take 1, 2, 3, 4. These do have the same backs on them. So this is the story deck, and this is the special deck here. It says to place Frodo, Sam, Merry, and Pippin in their respective locations. You know, Merry and Pippin are a little bit hard for me to tell apart, but I believe I got it right. Yep, yellow is Merry and red is Pippin. He's holding an apple, I believe, Pippin is, and he's holding a tankard, looks like. Then we're going to place the Gandalf counter. So there are more characters. There's Legolas and Gimli here. Aragorn is over here. There is no Gandalf, but he's a double-sided counter because he can be Gandalf the Grey or Gandalf the White. Good morning, Matt. Thanks for joining me. Place the Black Rider counters on each of these spaces so they have horses on them. So I did that. And the player who last took a trip goes first. Well, that was me. I'm the player at the table who last took a trip. I don't remember where I went exactly. So for the rules for this one, the Black Riders are going to move clockwise around this smoke path. So these spaces are a little bit darkened. I know it could be slightly hard for you to see some of that. So they're going to move around those spaces clockwise. Characters move along these white paths that are connected. And if a Black Rider lands on or moves through a space with a hobbit, then we're going to move that hobbit to the hiding spot. And if there's ever 2 hobbits in the hiding spot, we lose. So that's how it's going to happen for that. We also lose the game if the corruption marker gets to 15. So this corruption track is actually going to stay this way for the whole game, for all of the chapters. And it's really simple to reset because you just pay attention to which one you were on. You shuffle your deck. Sorry, you just place this deck back in the box. And you just have to track somehow where you were on the corruption. So you could write it down or snap a picture has been my way to track those things. All right. The other thing we have here is the plot deck, which is over here. And then we have our challenges. So in order to win, these are the things we're going to need to do. Okay. So our challenges are keep it secret, keep it safe. Frodo and Gandalf must be on the hearth. Samwise must be on the road to the Shire. So we have to get Sam over here, and we have to get Gandalf and Frodo here. When that happens, reward. Each player draws one card from the story deck. So we'll draw from here. And remove Gandalf from the board. It comes in pints. All 4 hobbits must be on orange spaces in Bree. So there's these 3 Bree spaces. We draw a card from the special deck, which is here. I'll talk about that when we get to it. And we place Aragorn on the Prancing Pony. And then we do not stop till nightfall. Aragorn, Frodo, Samwise, and at least one other hobbit must be at Weathertop. And at least one Black Rider must be in one of the spaces next to Weathertop. So here or here. And all other challenges must be complete, and we will complete the chapter. Yeah, Filthy Hobbitses is exactly right. So yeah, for the solo mode, so we're going to have 4 cards in our hand. For the solo mode, we are going to take 6 cards and lay them out to simulate another player's hand. So these will show you the various cards that they have. And I'm just going to stack them by type, and we should be good there. So the cards really have icons on them. When we play the ring, it's a wild resource. It can be played for anything. But we have to move the corruption marker up 1. So it'll help us to do things. So we've got 2 Palantirs and 2 rings in our hand. So one of the actions we can do on our turn is to swap cards. Now I am wondering, when it says each player draws 1 card from the story deck, I wonder if this hand actually draws cards from the story deck. So I didn't play it that way. It said the solo mode is follow the existing rules to play with 1 player. Draw an additional hand of 6 story cards to use in trade step of the storytelling phase. So I don't think so. But that might be an interesting way just to make it more interesting, because otherwise this is just draw 1 card. And each of these also have things you have to discard in order to complete them. So it might be that I'm supposed to draw a card. If I was playing 2 players, I would have that ability, right? But I guess it already gave me 2 extra cards, so we'll run with it here. All right, so what I do on my turn is pretty simple, and this reference card will tell me. The first thing I do is I move a single character 0 to 2 spaces, or I can move 2 characters 1 space each. Then I can discard cards to move a character 1 space. It doesn't matter, what the card is. Any card works. If I do discard a ring, then I have to add to the corruption. However, if I discard a ring or use a ring, then I think this is an addition. I can move a Black Rider 1 space using the corruption cards. Maybe they're not. Did I actually do that incorrectly? Are they not wilds? Okay, good. Yeah, okay. So I could also use one to move a Black Rider. So I can play the special cards that'll come out here. I can complete these challenges, and then I can trade a card with any other player. There you go. After that, I'm going to draw 2 cards from the story deck. I'm going to draw a plot card from here, which is going to be number 1 through 15, and this deck is going to tell me what to do. And then if I have 6 or more cards in my hand, I discard down to 6. So nice and simple reference. So the dummy would have too many cards. Oh, it's true. So yeah, I know. I was just trying to think, when you play solo, you only get to draw 1 card off of this, as opposed to 4 players where you draw 4. But I guess it's just because you're controlling your own thing. But it's a good point. They would then go over. The hand limit's not 6. It's discard down to 6 at the end of your turn. So you could do something like that. But it is fine. All right, so we're going to start with our movement phase. We're going to move Frodo 1 to the hearth and Gandalf 1 over. And then we need these cards. So we're going to trade. So we're going to trade these cards in, to get these cards here. The Even Star? Is that what it's called? I hope I have that correct. All right. And then we'll use 2 cards. 1, 2. We'll move Sam to here. And then we'll use 1 of these cards to move Gandalf into the hearth. And then finally, we will complete our first challenge. Keep it secret, keep it safe, by discarding a Palantir. When that happens, each player draws 1 card from the story deck, and we draw a Palantir. We can keep going with our turn, but there isn't much reason to keep doing things. So we're going to draw 2 cards. Oops, that is the wrong deck. We're going to draw 2 cards from this deck. Ooh, lots of Palantirs. And then we're going to draw a plot card over here. And it is plot card number 9. And sometimes I've laid these out so I could see what the various ones were. So number 9 says move either Black Rider 2 spaces. All right, so let's move this one forward. 1, 2. So now is the start of our next turn. So we have to get all 4 hobbits to Bree is what we need to do. So let's set one down that path. So we're going to take Pippin and go 1, 2 as our first movement. And we can essentially just discard cards to get there. He's in the hiding spot, so it's not so bad. I don't have a lot that I need to do. Should I move him 1, 2, and then I have space? Yeah, so then I'll go 1, 2. Discard, and I'll move Mary into that hiding spot. So we'll hold this one card, because we do need this one for here. We also need this one. We'll end our turn there and draw 2. 1, 2. Oh my gosh. How many times am I going to do that? 1, 2. I don't know why I keep thinking it's that upper one. We're going to put this reference card right over it. All right, there we go. All right, so we're going to draw from the plot deck. So if we were playing multiplayers, it would just pass around the table, right? Would be the idea. So you're just kind of working together. And what the trading is the interesting part and the talking it out. It's not intended to be an overly complex game. It's an adventure storybook, right? So it's similar to that. Move any hobbit to the hiding spot. If it's already occupied, you lose this chapter. Okay, that was good to know that that existed. So we're starting over. My bad. I did not pay attention to that. So I shouldn't have put somebody in the hiding spot. Here would have been fine. I probably could just pay one to back it up, but we'll make it work. I was drawing cards from the wrong deck, everything. All right. So note to self, don't put anyone in the hiding spot. There you go. Matt has already played this. You're only allowed to trade a single card with any other player. Oh, are you not allowed to trade multiple times in a turn? Oh, I may have missed that. Can I not move multiple characters? Is it not any number of times? Is it just one time each? Okay, that is good to know. Oh, once per turn it says here, so I must have read it off here. No, I can move more than once per turn. Okay, so the only thing was the trading one card. Any player can use special cards. Okay, good. So the only thing I missed is that I can only trade once per turn. Got it. Thank you. I did not see that. I read it off of here and didn't realize it was... I thought it was just saying this is what you do for a single action. All right, so we get our 4 cards. The other player gets 6. So we have these... and away we go. The adventure begins! We'll start by moving the 2 of them. Then, we don't really need to do any trading here. Oh, we do have this. So we'll trade this for one of these, because we don't need this till the end of the chapter. We will then move Sam twice, as we did. We'll move Gandalf once. We already have the thing there. We'll play that. So we can move multiple characters, and we will draw. That will finish our first turn. I believe I have to shuffle up this plot deck. All right, so no hiding spots. Let me set that. Oof. Move a hobbit to the hiding spot. So let's move Sam all the way up here. And then we can go from there. All right, drew my 2 cards so that it's back to me, right? Just discard down. Yeah, all right, cool. So that helped us out now. So now we're in the positive. So we'll move Sam 2, and then we'll just pay 1 to move him up here. And then is there anything we need to trade to get? I guess not right now, huh? I guess we can put this one in our hand. Not really worth moving anybody other than Frodo, maybe. We need these cards for that, so we'll just wait. All right, so we'll end our turn. We'll draw 2. Ooh, it's 2 rings. And then we will draw from here, which is number 6. Move both Black Riders 1 space, 1 and 1. So good thing that's why we moved Sam up. You wouldn't get stuck. All right, so we'll start then by moving Pippin 2 spaces. We're going to trade out 1 card for 1 card. Are we then going to get him stuck there? We move Frodo up. He is stuck anyway, so I guess we are good. All right, so we'll spend 1 to move Pippin up a space. And then, should we spend these? And just hope we draw what we need? Sure. We'll spend both of these to move him 2 more and just make him safe in there. We'll draw 2. And then we will draw a card. It is number 11. So 11 says move either Black Rider 2 spaces. So move this one 1, 2. All right, start of the turn. We're going to move Frodo up to here. We're going to trade out this for this. And then we're going to move Frodo 3 spaces to here. We'll move Frodo 3 spaces. What is this? One of them is move them 2. All right, so we'll go 3 spaces. We'll be a little bit brave. Move to there. We will draw 2. The game also ends if I run out of cards over here. It is number 12. Move either Black Rider 2 spaces. All right, so they can't bump into each other. At the start of the turn, we'll move Frodo into here. So now we just need to get Merry into there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll come this way. We will spend 1. Now we need to start collecting these cards. So we'll stop there. 1, 2. Draw a card over here. It's pretty quick with 1 player. Move both Black Riders 2 spaces. 1, 2. 1, 2. All right, so now we can move our 2, 1, 2, although we don't have significant reason to spend all of our cards because we can hold 6. So we'll spend this one because we can't use it on anything else anyway. Oh, you don't think it goes through there? Oh, you're right. Huh, I just assumed it would go through Weathertop because they can go through Weathertop, but I now see the path there. Oh. Ah, that made it trickier when I was playing. So I made things easier, I made things harder. So the main thing would have been... So he couldn't have moved 2, right? So this one would have moved and bounced Frodo to here. 1, 2... So then our 2 cards would have moved him up here. Oh, gosh. Oh, I got so confused. I think this is where I would be then. So then start of this turn, I move to here. I may be a little off. I apologize, everybody. All right, we spent that 1, so that'll move us here. We'll trade out this sword to get this, and then we'll draw. Huh, yeah, I now see that path, I assume because thematically they went to Weathertop, but that does make it actually a lot easier on me. All right, draw a plot card here. 7, move both Black Riders 1 space, so here and here. Start of the turn, we'll move to here. Unfortunately, we don't have the resources unless we want to use this ring, but I don't think I do. So I'm going to end up needing this sword, so I'm going to trade for this one. Cheaters get confused. Yeah, exactly. I'll just wait because I have enough cards. Oh, man. All right, so I may have to use one of those just to not get stuck, huh? That is rough. All right, we'll draw from here. 5. Move either Black Rider 1 space. So we'll move this one out. Yeah, now I don't know what to do. Do I just use a corruption? So somebody can move one space. 2 people can move one space if we want. So we'll move there for free. What are my odds going to be? Let's not play the odds. So never tell me the odds. We'll trade this Horn of Gondor for a ring. And then we will give up the 3 cards we need, including the ring, to complete this second objective. Corruption moves forward 1 space. Aragorn goes here, and we draw a card from the special deck. I'll shuffle this up because I've been looking at those a bit. All right. So the special deck can be played as a card and discard here, or I can do its effect and remove it from the game. Do not draw a plot card this turn. Okay. That might help us. So we have other cards to move and work with as we want, because we have to get Frodo, Sam, Aragorn, and another Hobbit up here, huh? So we have this card to work with. So we'll move Aragorn up to here. He's not affected by the Black Riders. We'll draw 2. 1, 2. And we'll draw a plot card. 4. Move either Black Rider 1 space. Alright, so let's move this one for now, so we can get everybody up there. Alright, so we'll move 2. So we'll take Frodo and move 1, 2. Get him to here. Then we'll use an even star to put him in Weathertop. And then here's Sam. So we can swap this card for this and spend these 2 to move Sam 1, 2. Okay, I get it. So he's safe up there. All right, that's going to help a bunch. We'll finish our turn there. 1, 2. Oh, those were the cards we needed so long ago. We'll draw a plot card, number 15. Move both Black Riders 2 spaces. 1, 2, 1, 2. And then we can start by moving 2 with Aragorn to there, and we just need to get 1 more Hobbit in there. And we need to have somebody within 1, huh? Interesting. Okay. So we'll spend these 2 to move a Hobbit up here, but then we'll have to trade for this card, and now we have to wait till we draw something else. So we can't finish that. Draw 2. We've got Mary up there as well. And draw our plot card. I could have chosen to not do this. Move both Black Riders 2 spaces. 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, man. So we're safe, so we'll just draw another turn and see if we can make it work. 8. Move both Black Riders 1 space. Those piles. So I made these piles. There's 5, and I realized I can't fit 5 on camera here easily, so I got it a little confused. You can have a single discard pile. I was just trying to track what could come out, but I'm not going to worry about it here for now. All right. Did we draw what we need? Oh my goodness, we did not. So if we wait another turn, what are the odds they're going to move? 14, 15, 13, 12, 11. Do we get 9 yet? No. So 9 is fine. Do we get 6, 7, and 8? We did. So the only thing would be we'd have to move a Hobbit. So we're actually okay to wait 1 more turn, because worst case we're going to move a Hobbit here, or we're going to move them individually. So we shall wait. We'll swap this with a ring so we have something. 1, 2, there's what we need. Draw a plot card, number 3. Move a Hobbit to the hiding spot. And then we have to discard 2 cards. We will discard these 2, and now we have completed. All right. So on our turn, we have the Horn of Gondor and 2 swords. And we have 1. We're 6 days from Rivendell. We'll never make it. All right, so that's the end of the chapter. So we take our pile. The thing you note is the special cards go in here. So we now have this Elven Cloaks. And we turn to the next page. Alright. So I tried to lay everything out here so I would have more things. This will get reshuffled, and basically it'll tell us what to do. Apologies on the missed rules on the first scenario. That feels pretty lame on my part. Yeah. The trading one being the key one that I missed, and then just that other one actually ended up helping me. That the Black Riders don't go to Weathertop. I didn't have to worry about what to do with them. All right, Fellowship Forged. After being wounded by the Nazgul, Frodo and his friends arrive in Rivendell. Tempers flare as the delegations argue over what to do with the ring. So we're going to find the Chapter 2 plot card, which I just have right here. I have them all in a set. Put it near the book, shuffle the story deck, and deal 4 cards to each player. Then we're going to place Aragorn, excuse me, Legolas, and Gimli out on the board. We're going to put Frodo here. These 3 are not in this scenario. We're going to place Elrond as a token on this space here under Frodo. We're going to put Elf Anger here, Dwarf Anger here, and Man Anger here. So nobody can go past an anger token. They can only move on it if it is their own race. Player wearing the most rings goes first. Hey, look at that. I got one. So character miniatures cannot enter a space with another character or an anger counter from an opposing delegation. Any character can share a space with Elrond. Characters can move on the blue or white paths. So we have these blue paths down here and the white path on the outside. Players cannot move Elrond. He's only moved by the plot chart and follows the white path. When he enters a character's starting space, that character must return to that space when he enters it, so one time only. No character can enter the one ring space until the final challenge. All characters can share the one ring space. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Thank you, Matt. All right. So I can move Elrond back a space using the ring. I'm only at 1 corruption. The other thing to note is you draw these corruption cards when you get to these spaces on the track, and you lose if you get to the 15th space here on the track. So that is like an overall how we're doing. The Doom of Men. So our challenge is Aragorn must be on the man anger counter. So he has to get to here, and then we can complete this one with 2 swords. What are we waiting for? Gimli has to get to the dwarf anger counter. 2 Palantirs will let us discard. In the hands of an elf. So 2 Evan Stars with Legolas here. And if we fail, what then? Aragorn must be on Boromir space. We'll draw a card from the special deck. And then you have my sword. All other challenges have to be complete. Aragorn, Gimli, Legolas, and Frodo must be here. So we got to remember Frodo as well. All right. So this is basically 1 through 4, Elrond doesn't move, and 5 through 15, he does move. So he's got, what is that, 11 movements? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And he has to get 8 of them. So we actually get limited a little bit more if he drew them all. If he reaches this space, we lose because we didn't have enough time. So, looking at this, he's going to pull Legolas back if he moves up. So can we get Legolas to there quickly and remove that one and let him bring him back? Is that the best order to do that? Or is it the reverse order that we want to go in? I don't know. He can get here if we remove this. We make his path shorter, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. So his is the same. So we're going to move Legolas 2 spaces. We have to remember to move Frodo at some point. And then we will move him a further space. We'll trade, and we'll move him 1 more space and hold these. So he's going to end up here. Perfect. All right, we'll draw 2. 1, 2. And then we'll draw a plot card. First thing is Elrond doesn't move. So now I can stack 2 so I can see what's what was my idea. All right, so he will move 1 and Frodo will move 1. So it's not if he goes on their space. It's just if he goes on their starting space, he resets them. So that's that. So we will Oh, he does get in the way, though, doesn't he? I didn't realize that. That's okay. We'll wait till he resets to move him. It'll work. All right. So we're going to spend these 2 even stars, and we're going to remove the elf anger counter from the board. So again, these can be done in any order, but this one says all challenges must be complete. So that is gone. When we do that, our reward is we draw a card from the story deck. Perfect. All right, and then any other movement we want to do, we want to get Gimli closer, so we'll spend 1, and we're going to bring Gimli to here. We're going to let Elrond reset Legolas, so then we can get Aragorn through there, and then we'll figure out where we're going from there. So it's a little bit like a puzzle. It's like pathing it out, and then you get these random elements. 9, so Elrond moves to here. All right, so start of our turn, we're going to move Gimli 1, 2. We're going to need swords for that one, so we're going to get rid of this Horn of Gondor to move a further one, and the 2 Palantirs will let us do What Are We Waiting For? And we'll remove this one, which also lets us draw a card. We're going to need that one, so let's trade. So let's put this one down here, draw this Palantir. Use the Palantir to move Aragorn here. All right, now we're hoping that he actually moves and resets him. 14, good. So Elrond will move here, reset Legolas. Oh, we never drew 2, right? Perfect. Ah, nice. So Aragorn, at the start of our turn, sorry if I'm going a little quick, the turns are fast. He'll move 2 for free. We'll swap this with a Palantir. We'll use the Palantir to move him to Man Anger. We'll discard these 2 to complete the Doom of Men. Draw 2 cards from the story deck. Ooh, so we drew our Do Not Draw a Plot card this turn. This is removed. Till the final challenge. So now we have to get him to here. And we're going to need 2 Horns of Gondor. All right, I'm just going to wait on that. I'm going to draw 2 and see where we get. Because we've got one here, right? So let's draw 8. We're going to move Elrond here. So now Gimli's going to get reset. I also have to get Frodo there. So if we move 1 and 1, I think we just need to complete this while we can, right? We will swap the elf. We'll swap this one for the horn. We're going to spend both of these. Man, that could come in useful. Yeah, we'll just do it. We'll spend these 2 to move 2, go to Boromir, and then... And if we fail, what then? And we'll draw a special card from the deck. So this is Bilbo's Journal. So during the draw phase, if we play this card, we can choose 2 cards from the discard pile instead of drawing from the story deck. But we can't choose special cards. So we don't really need that. So we'll hold this one. We will draw 2. Yikes. And we will flip the next one, which will move him here and reset Gimli. So now we're going to let Aragorn get reset. We got to move Frodo up. Really just everybody. We'll trade for this one. And now it's really just a matter of time, right? So we'll move Frodo up to here, and now we can get to this 1 ring. We'll draw 2. 1, 2. Should have what we need. 6, we'll move Elrond 1 space. So start of the turn, we'll move him 2. We'll swap this for this, I guess for this card. Let's just use all 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll get him to here. And now it's just, we're on the clock. Draw 2. Flip. Elrond moves. Aragorn resets. We get 2 free movement. These 2. We'll move Gimli to here. We draw 2 at the end of our turn. There's the symbol we need. We draw 1. Elrond doesn't move. I think we're good. Start of our turn. Gimli moves in. We swap this for this. Play this here. Move 1. Draw 2. This should be good. Flip. End of the round. Elrond moves here. Move 2 for free. Spend 1. Move into here. You have my sword. And the fellowship is assembled. There you go. Completed the chapter. So you can see they're puzzles. I feel bad I'm talking through it so fast, but in my head I'm seeing turns ahead. It'd be neat to talk through it with more people. You can obviously see it kind of plays solo, so you'd have to know your group as to what they're doing. But let's keep moving on. All right, so we set these ones aside. The Bridge of Kazadum and the Mines of Moria. The Fellowship arrives at the dwarf mines expecting a warm welcome from Gimli's cousin, but instead finds a tomb. So here we go. So we got the Bridge of Kazadum here. Our challenges are Speak, Friend, and Enter. So Gandalf and Frodo must be on the doors of Durin. We play any pair of matching story cards. So just 2 matching symbols will get us there. Then we have to clear a path. So the first challenge has to be complete to do these 2. And then for this one, Gandalf and the Balrog must be on the same space. Frodo, Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli must be on the exit space. And all of the challenges must be complete. So for this one, we're going to set up, we're going to put the Balrog here. We're going to put, actually we set these wound tokens aside, so we'll put these up here, I guess. And then we've got these goblin tokens that we're going to shuffle up. When the goblins go on these 4 spaces, the other 2 are off the board, they can come in from this. We're going to get 4 story cards each. Shuffle the plot deck. Place Legolas, Aragorn, Frodo, Gimli. Hold on. Frodo, Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli. That's these 4. Then Gandalf is going to go here as Gandalf the Grey. And we're good. Place the Balrog. The player who has last fought a goblin goes first. Well, there you go. Only Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli can enter a space with a goblin. When they do, we turn it over. To defeat it, we play the required symbol. So it's either going to be a Horn of Gondor or it's going to be a foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our matching. And then we'll lay out our 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's our Elven Cloak. 6. Perfect. Defeated, we play that card. The Cave Troll, we have to have Aragorn, Legolas, or Gimli on adjacent spaces, and then we discard a sword and we wound it. So it takes 4 wounds. And then only Gandalf can travel to the Bridge of Kazadum, which is up here, and then he can spend 2 resources to move along these spaces. If he's on the same space as the Balrog, they move together. So they'll move back and forth together. If the Balrog gets to here, we lose. So we have to just keep the Balrog distracted until we get everybody else to the exit space. Whew. All right, we'll see if we can do it. So these we need for that up there. These we need for goblins. So this one, we're going to save these to make sure we can do that. All right. So first things first, we'll move Frodo 2 to here. And then we will use a Horn of Gondor to move Gandalf forward and 2 of the movement icons to complete our first challenge. Speak, Friend, and Enter. We draw 2 cards. What's the Elvish word for friend? All right. And then I think we'll just stop there. We should trade a card. So let's trade a sword for an even star so we can get on the Kazadum track. We can also use the 1 ring to move Gandalf, which we're probably going to have to do on this one to keep the Balrog at bay. All right, let's draw. Number 5 says, place one of the remaining goblin counters in the escape route on a space without Frodo, or a goblin. So we're putting another one of these in our way. It could go anywhere, but we'll just put it there. All right, start of our turn, we can move 2. So we'll move 1 here, and we'll move Aragorn up 1 as well. Let's see. During any player's storytelling phase. So you can't move during the move phase. Makes sense. All right. So let's trade this Horn of Gondor for this Palantir. Spend these 2 and move Gandalf to here just to get him on that track. And then these are what we need to defeat them. So it's really these that we probably want now, right? Or these. I don't know. Did I draw 2 at the end of my last turn? I must have, yeah. Alright, so we will draw 2, and then we will flip, and it is 8. The Balrog moves 1 space to the left. There you go. So the Balrog's got half of the things there. Alright, so we can move 2, so we'll move Aragorn 1, 2 to here. We'll flip this, and it is a foot to defeat him. So we will trade... Do we wait on that? We'll wait on that. We'll take this one here. We'll use the Palantir. We'll move Gandalf over. Make sure we don't get that loss condition. There's no taking damage here, so in that sense, I guess it's a little silly. And then we can swap for that next turn. All right, we'll draw 2. So there's our ring. 1, nothing happens. Okay, we can deal with that. We'll use this to slay one of the goblins, so it'll come down here. Sorry, I didn't mention that. When 4 goblins are down here, we are allowed to draw a special card. There's no payment, so we can just draw a special card. And when we've wounded him 4 times, we are also allowed to draw a special card. However, the cave troll can recover a wound. So we want to kind of wait a little bit till we see some of those. All right, so now we have these 2. We'll put this one in. And we'll take this one back. Do not draw a plot card this turn. Could also be a big deal. We will draw 2. Did we just... Yeah, we moved Aragorn up, right? Okay, Bilbo's journals. We can go get any 2 from the discard pile. Alright, we will draw here. Sometimes I play so fast, I'm like, what did I do? What did I not do? All right, this one lets us choose what we want from the discard pile. That could be pretty good. So we got to move up 2. So let's move Aragorn to here. And we'll move Gimli up 1. Gonna have to get Frodo there eventually, huh? Then we'll trade this ring. Oh, we got to see what this is. For this foot. We'll use the horn to defeat him. And then we'll play this Bilbo's Journal. So this one will allow us, during our draw phase, choose 2 cards in the discard pile. So, do we have 2 even stars in here? Oh, we don't, huh? Maybe that's not what I'm doing then. Although I can use this one as an even star, but that's going to be way too good. So I guess we won't play that one yet. And we will wait. 1, 2. Didn't get one. It's going to be rough. Alright, what's going to happen here? The Balrog. Yeah. Okay. So, what we're going to need to do is use this corruption. Oh, we get 2 movement to start, right? So, 1, 2. We'll move Gimli up here. Actually, we'll move Gimli 1, and we'll move 1. No, we really want to leave somebody there. So, 1, 2. So, we'll use this corruption. We're going to gain 1 corruption, and that moves Gandalf to there. And then we'll play this to not draw a plot card this turn. We will swap out... No, we'll use this one, so when we draw, we go get those two. And then we'll swap out this movement. Were these both movement? Horns? No, they switched. Okay. For a sword, we'll use the sword. We might as well wait to just put a wound on it. We'll just swap out for the sword. We'll draw 2. We don't draw a plot card this turn. Nope, we don't draw 2. We go get 2. Okay. We don't draw a plot card this turn, so it comes back to us. We get movement. So we'll move Frodo up, and we'll just move Legolas too, because we need to clear that way. We'll spend these 2 to move Gandalf onto the Balrog. Do we just hit him with the sword? I hate for him to heal, but I don't know what else to do at this point. So we'll use the sword. He's probably going to heal this, but we'll let it be. To go there. And we'll end our turn. So we'll draw 2. Flip here. 10. It's the Balrog. Oh my gosh. Man. Okay. How many of these have we drawn? 1, 2, only 4 out of 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh man. We're going to have to deal with that. All right, so our 2 movements going to be here and here. Flip this. We'll use that to eliminate this goblin. Then we'll swap. We'll swap this for a ring. We'll use the ring. We're going to gain a corruption. And let me just check the timing on that. When do I draw the card for that? Resolve it immediately. All right. So we are immediately going to, at the end of your turn, draw only 1 story card instead of 2. After resolving this, remove it from the game. Okay. Bides us a little time. So we'll draw 2. I can move us another space. We will flip this. Oh, he's going to push us back. There's nothing I can do. Am I getting more corruption? All right, I can move 2, so 1, 2 will be my plan. I flip this. We will play this to put a wound here. Could try to draw something for that. Man, I have done everything to stop that Balrog. All right, we'll swap this for the ring. We'll gain a corruption and push it back so we don't lose. Oh my gosh. Was I only supposed to draw 1? I was, right? So here's my second card. Sorry about that. We will draw here. It will be move the Balrog. All right, there's just nothing I can do. I am out of options. So start of the turn, we'll move Frodo 1 and Gimli 1 to here. We will swap this card for this. Use this to defeat him. Draw a special card. You may move 1 character miniature up to 3 spaces. Not what we need. All right. We draw 2. Oh, I should have left him. Darn it. And we draw number 2. Nothing happens. Whew. All right, we'll play... we can move them first, huh? So Gimli's going to move 2 to here. We'll play 2 swords here and here. That will defeat him. So that'll give us a little reprieve. We draw another special card. Complete a challenge using one or more ring cards without advancing the corruption track. Okay. So these two we will use as wilds to push that there. And then we'll move Legolas ahead to here. It's going to be that, which we'll draw next turn. 1, 2. We're getting there. Draw a card. 9. Balrog moves 1 space to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so there's only 1 card left there that hurts us. Although there's not a lot of cards left. I have tried so hard. I get that games are different, but I'd be interested to know what you think is more fun, this or the new Star Wars game. I mean, the easiest answer to that is this is cooperative and that one is competitive. Like, so in terms of what's different, you know, that's what you're looking for. It's not that I'm unwilling to give opinions. I tend to like a lot of games. This one actually, so I have that strange feeling of like it works fine solo because I'm just making all the decisions myself, but I'm not talking it out with anybody. So I'm either making mistakes or doing something tactically wrong in my mind. I like having somebody to talk out the decisions with. I think I enjoy the Star Wars game more than this one. But of course your theme may vary. If you like, I love Star Wars. So like the only miniatures game I play is Star Wars Legion. Why? Because it's Star Wars. So I have, you know, an ATST here. Like that's one of the things. But that would be the biggest differential. All right, Andy says, it's nice to see other solo RPG adventure games. Does it seem like there's a fair amount of variety in the game for multiple playthroughs? No, I don't think this game has a lot of variety in the multiple playthroughs. It's really just the variety is going to come down to the order you draw the cards and the number of people you play the game with. I think the puzzle's going to feel very similar every time. So I definitely think that could be a drawback. The bonus is there's 8 different puzzles, right? So you're not playing the same puzzle every time. They're very different. They're not structured the same way. So, but I do think if you played it through and you kind of felt like, oh, these are all the best ways to solve these puzzles, and you did it over and over, it's going to wear out. It's going to lose it. But it's not a very expensive game, $30, $35 or something like that. So if I got 2 playthroughs of it, 3 playthroughs of it, you know, one with my family, one by myself, one with some friends, to me that would generally be worth it, but your mileage may vary on that. So whether it's one you're going to hold there, and it's just a neat idea, right? You're reliving the whole thing. You could put the movie on and play in the background. But I think that your concern there about replayability is probably one of the things I would find with the game. Although, when I played myself last time, I didn't have this difficulty with this track. I can tell you that. I could lose it any minute here. All right, I drew 2. He moved this up 1. It's my turn. So we'll move these 2 characters up. Yeah, there's just nothing I can do. I just have to not draw that card at this point. I'll use this to defeat them. And I draw 2. I mean, I'm just at the whim of that deck. There's nothing I can do. Oh, I can do more corruption, right? Draw this. Number 6. They heal 1, which doesn't matter because I already did the objective. So what are we down to here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So a 1 in 4 chance that I would lose in this turn. All right, so Frodo moves 2. So I'll just use the corruption. And then I can't lose. These 2 will move Frodo up 2. And I'm done. Draw 2. Plot card. I would have lost. Legolas will move up 2. And I'll spend these 2 to move Gimli up 2. Draw 2. I should be good now. Flip a card. He heals 1. Doesn't matter. Swap this for this. Sorry, start of the turn, they go there. And then I'll spend 2. 1, 2. Draw 2. Plot card. Number 4. Place a goblin counter. Oh, man. So he'll go here. But I can just move through his space, right? So 1, 2. Reveal him to be that. Don't know if I have to defeat it or not. But let's just say I do. I'll draw this. I'll play this to defeat this. I don't even need this. So I'm actually not frustrated because I beat it, which was fine, but I got a lot of corruption. All right, and then we draw... Uh-oh. Do I lose? The plot deck runs out. Uh-oh. So now I need to know if I had to defeat him. I don't think I did, right? Characters can share space. Yeah, okay. So I didn't defeat him, and the 2 cards would get me to the end, so I don't lose. All right. So we defeated that, but we're at 5 corruption. But I guess that's what the Balrog does to you, right? I mean, that makes sense thematically. Yeah, no problem, Andy. All right, that one got me flustered. Like, I felt like I was doing so well holding back the Balrog. And I still just couldn't get there with him. All right, I think we got all our tokens off here. So we will flip to our next page. This is as far as I got in my plays, so I haven't gone through the whole thing yet. I don't know that I'll have time to finish it. I'm basically just going to play until 11 o'clock. So, however far I get. But that'll save some for you to see. All right, this fellowship splits. After the ring tempts members of the fellowship, the travelers split and face their own fates. So we're going to find the 4 story card, shuffle and deal 4 cards to each player. Place all characters on their indicated spaces. Place an orc in each of the stars. The orcs will go off, and just so you know, it tells you what parts you need. I tried to sort it out for myself, so there's 5 orc counters. 1, 2... Uh-oh. Which ones are the orcs? Oh, I only need 5 of them. Okay, got it. Place 2 others on the board below, right here. All right, so I don't need one of these. It'll be used for the future one. So I've got everything separated out here for myself. All right, so the characters are going to go in their various places. Gimli. I feel like I'm doing roll call. Legolas is here. Frodo. Aragorn. Sam. Pippin. Merry. The one thing I'll say now that I'm thinking about it, because I haven't played this one yet, and the other ones I had played, so I had a plan, is... the replayability is going to become the strategy, which again, it's light strategy for sure, of how you face each puzzle. So the losing might be part of it, right? And then going through there, and then oh gosh, we didn't beat a lot of those, and we were using corruption, so we lost. We had to go back and play again, and then maybe we beat it on the second playthrough. I should clarify, I have not played all the way through it, so there's that element. All right. So, chapter rules. The player who most recently floated on a river. Hey, that's me. Orcs guard the 3 paths surrounding the area they're placed in. Orcs can be attacked and removed from the board by Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas using the card combinations below. So Aragorn uses the sword, Legolas uses an Evan Star, Gimli uses the Palantir symbol. These characters must be in one of the 3 spaces adjacent to the orc to attack. Place the removed orc below. You lose if, so I have to add orcs every turn, and if I can't place one, I lose, so they keep coming back. Got it. Or if the plot deck runs out. Hide here, quick! Frodo, Merry, and Pippin must be at the hiding spot. Okay, so Frodo, Merry, and Pippin have to get here. Frodo, Merry, and Pippin? Oh, because they help him out. Got it. That's the first one. Anytime after completing this challenge, Merry and Pippin can each be used once to remove an orc from the board by moving to one of the 3 spaces surrounding the orc. Once used, Merry and Pippin are removed and placed here. Nice. Boromir's Redemption. Aragorn must be at Boromir's rally point. Legolas and Gimli must be on a rally point space. So there are 3 rally points here. And then finally, I'm going to Mordor alone. Frodo and Samwise must be at the riverbank. All other challenges completed. The riverbank is here. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. What are the numbers for? Add an orc to the location that matches the number on the plot card you draw. Got it. And add an orc to areas 12 and 13. Got it. And there's no 15, so I assume if I draw... Oh, no. 15 is when I add to 12 and 13. All right, so step 1 is to get Frodo, Merry, and Pippin here. And what is the... So they can't move along those guarded paths. But I can go 1, 2 to here, right? And then I'm going to need these 2 cards. And these 2 don't look super important. So we'll spend these 2. We'll move 1 and 1. And we'll be able to do that at the start of the next turn. We have to spend cards to eliminate. Okay. 1, 2. Flip. 11, add an orc to that location. So an orc goes here. All right, start of the turn, 1, 2. And we will discard these 2 symbols. Anytime after completing this job, Merry Pippin can be used to remove an orc from the board. Okay, so we now unlock this ability. So now our next thing is Aragorn has to be here. We also need to remove somebody from the board, but these are not the symbols that we're looking for. So let's remove... So Frodo and Sam have to get over there. All right. So we'll swap for this card. And we'll use these 2 with Gimli to remove this one. I think will help us. All right, then we draw 2. 1, 2. Just because we had to get somebody off the board. We'll flip 10, add 1 to 10, which is here. Aragorn moves 2. And then if he moves here, he'll be able to eliminate one of them. Or we need to use one of them to eliminate one, huh? So if I'm smart, I'm tracking all these places where they are. Yeah, I think I'll just sit on that for a turn. 1, 2, and see what happens. Oh, what's our special? Remove an orc from the board. Makes sense. We will flip number 1. So we're going to add 1 to here. Okay, cool. So that's easy. So we'll use Pippin. Sorry, that's Merry. To remove that one here. Oh, we get 2 movement. So 1, 2. Then we will trade this for another sword, I guess. And we'll use this sword and this foot to eliminate this one here. I guess that one, because 12 and 13. Woof. I gotta get Legolas down here. Wow. All right, we will draw 2. We got our special cards. And it's 15. There you go. So 12 and 13 are happening. Complete a challenge. That is not what we're trying to do right now. Move a character 3 spaces. 1, 2. So we get 2 movement to start here. So Frodo's got to get down here. So we'll work on that. Wow. All right. So he can move 3. These are also just wilds, which is maybe how we have to use them. All right, so we'll use these 2 with a sword to eliminate here. We'll use these 2 to eliminate here. And then that can hopefully give us some movement. Draw 2. One here, 14. 14 is over here. So now we get 2 movement. So Aragorn, then go 1, 2. Legolas can go 1, 2 to move to here. Can we eliminate this one? No. If we trade it out for this, but it would be more corruption. All right, so these 2 could remove somebody. But I could also just move him if I swapped one. So we'll swap one here. We'll move here. Here. We'll eliminate this one using Pippin. So we have that path to go through. All right, we'll draw 2. 1, 2. More rings. 8. We'll add one here. Can there be 2 in a space? I believe so. All right, well, that one's not too preventative, so that's good. All right, so now we get 2 movement, right? So 1, he can't move. 2, and then we need these symbols. So we'll spend this to move in here. We'll use this to swap for this. And draw. 1, 2. Flip. 12. Oh my gosh. Whew. All right. 2 movement that we can't use. So that gets wasted, huh? Frodo is pinned over there, man. All right, so this will remove those 2. Free up Sam, hopefully, to move. And then we're set for this. 1, 2. Draw. Space 2. That's fine. Now we're not going to remove anybody. All right, so he gets 2 movement. 1, 2 to here. And now we're going to have to figure out a way to do that, huh? Although we can get them here. So we'll do that to move him down here. We could use a ring to remove that one. So at least they could move. All right, so we'll take 1 corruption. We're going to remove this one from the board. Draw and resolve 1 additional plot card at the end of your turn. Yikes. 1, 2, 7, and 4. 7 and 4. So now the issue is we have to eliminate one. All right, 1, 2. He moves down here. don't have the cards we need for that. Nor do we have what we need for those. Alright, so we have to take a corruption. And remove one from the board. Draw 2. Come on, sword. We got one. Alright, spot 3 is here. So these two will complete this challenge. Draw this. Oh, we get 2 movements. Sorry at the start of the turn. And now we're close, huh? We need those 3 symbols. Move each character miniature up to 1 space each. None of these help us eliminate there, though, huh? So we just have to take another corruption. Remove 1. Draw 2. Draw this, 5. Free move, move here. Swap this for this, and then this counts as a wild. 1, 2, 3. And we win. Whew. Alright. Oh, you complete this chapter. If 2 or fewer works on the board, draw a special card from the special deck. We did not do that. Cool. Alright, so we're at 8 corruption, and we keep on moving. Ooh, it feels like a lot of me talking to myself. Oh, wait. Isn't that what's happening? So I don't know if there's people out there still watching. I don't know if it's the most exciting thing to watch. Maybe it's good to have on in the background. But yeah, you can see all the different puzzles and things and whatnot. That one, yeah, they're a little rough. Having multiple players with different sets of cards, but I guess that would just make it trickier for who, what is where, and whatnot. So I have to see if we get a little reprieve now. That's usually the roughest part of most of the games, is getting through the Balrog and that. All right, so we go on to Chapter 5. So now where are we at? Now we are at the last march of the Ents. Oh, that's a quick jump, isn't it? All right, separated from the Fellowship, Merry and Pippin resolve to spur the Ents into action against Saruman. So we're going to find the Chapter 5 plot card, shuffle the story deck, deal 4 to each player, place Merry and Pippin on their indicated spaces. So that's fun. We get to play with the 2 of them. Pippin, Merry. Place the 3 Ent counters on spaces 2, 4, and 6. So we have Ents right here. 2, 4, 6. I assume Treebeard is going to go on Treebeard space. Place 5 Goblin counters on the Goblin track. Goblin side up. Perfect. And then the player who most recently was in a forest goes first. Well, hey, that's me. What do you know? All right, so these are all set aside. So that's fun. We get to do this battle here. I assume we'll do Helm's Deep next. All right, moving the Ents. Merry and Pippin are used to move the Ents. When one of them moves out of a space with 1 or more Ents, 1 Ent may move with them. Treebeard is considered an Ent. If Merry or Pippin moves an Ent into a space with a Goblin, discard 1 Horn of Gondor or any 2 other matching story cards to defeat the Goblin. Return the Goblin counter to the Goblin track. And then extinguishing fires. Hobbits and Ents cannot enter a space with a fire. During a player's storytelling phase, that player can extinguish a fire if there are at least 2 Ents adjacent to it. Discard any 2 matching story cards and return the fire counter to the story track. Oh, sorry. Return to the Goblin track, Goblin side up. If there are 2 fires on the board or the plot deck runs out. Okay. Got it. So this is going to add goblins and flip them. A gathering. Merry, Pippin, and Treebeard, and 1 other Ent must be in Durndingle. So we got to get them all into here. Draw 2 cards. Both dam spaces must be occupied by Ents. The first challenge must be complete. So release the river. Sorry, I didn't say what that was. And then battle at Isengard. Both tower spaces must be occupied by an Ent. All other challenges completed. Extinguish a fire with one adjacent Ent and without playing any cards. Alright, so we did get Shadowfax, who could be helpful. Got it. Not sure what Treebeard does specifically thematically, but maybe that's part of the point. Alright, then we need our 6 cards. Release the dam! Yeah, exactly. It's fun. It's fun up here. It's harder to show the fun here. Like, it's fun to be like, oh, I'm going to get to do this, but it's hard to be like, oh, I figured that out, or, oh, check out this combo I'm going to do, right? I don't have any of that. All right, so somebody moves 2. I don't know why I want Treebeard. And he's further away. But I'm just going to assume I want him. So 2. Then you may move 1 character miniature up to 3 spaces. So 1, 2, 3. We'll move him into here. So I need Merry, Pippin. Oh, I need Treebeard. And 1 other Ent must be in Durndigall. Okay, and I'm going to need this card. And I need this card. So I'm going to swap here for here. And then I'm going to use this one to move him forward. Perfect. End my turn. Did I shuffle this up? I don't remember. Woo! Andy, I don't know if you're still with me, too. You can check out the Star Wars deck building game. You can find that one on... Oh, no, it wasn't you. It was CN Spartan. Sorry. Spartan, you can check out the deck building game. I did a playthrough on the channel last week, so that is there as well. Okay, it is number 3. Place a goblin in the location that matches the number on the plot card you drew. If the space is occupied by any character or counter, place it in the next highest number. If there's a goblin adjacent to the one just placed, flip that goblin to its fire side. Alright, so then if I move through there, I can give up card. 1, 2. Because I don't have the card that I need. Maybe I should just actually have the symbols I need. But if I give up these 2, then I'll be way behind. Alright, so we'll do this to move this here. So we have everybody, we just need the right cards. Alright. 1, 2. Now we have the symbols we need. Draw, number 5. So we're going to put a goblin here. So we get to move 2 at the start of the turn. Oh, so I didn't need to discard all of those, huh? Because he's going to move 2 anyway. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to discard these 3 and complete the first one. A Gathering. Draw 2 cards from the story deck. Merry, Pippin, Treebeard, and one other Ent. Now we must decide if the Ents will go to war. Alright, so now we completed that one. Both dam spaces must be occupied by Ents. The first challenge must be completed. Okay, so we want to get down there. If we enter this space, we're going to need these 2. So now we can get rid of these. Alright, so we'll move into this space. And then we will spend these 2 to eliminate the goblin from there. 2. It's interesting because I guess I can leave them behind. Yeah. Okay. I know I need these two, so we draw 2. We flip one here. We put a goblin in space 1. There's 2 fires on the board. We lose. So we have to bring the Ents down to there. So even once they go to war, they can't be moved on their own, huh? All right, 1, 2. We'll move them here. And then we still need a lot more movement. So we swap this card for this, because that's what we're going to need. Actually, sorry, we swapped this card. And then I guess we spend one of these to move here. We don't have any fires. So we just have to deal with it for now. Draw 2. Number 6. So that's going to go here. If it can, it goes in the next higher. So that's going to run into some issue, huh? So 1, 2 gets us here. And then we'll use this one to move. We're on the dams. Both dams must be occupied by Ents. The first challenge must be complete. So we discard these 3, and we complete Release the River! Release the dam! Many of these trees were my friends, creatures I had known from nut and acorn. Many had voices of their own that are lost forever now. So I draw a card from the special deck. Choose a player to draw 2 cards from the story deck. I'll choose myself. All right, so this is going to be trouble. So it's going to become a fire. All right, so the way we get rid of them is with matching cards. Did I swap for down here? I don't remember, so we'll say I didn't. Yeah, I don't know how to get matching cards specifically, so I guess I'll just hold. Flip 13. Flip 1 goblin to its fire side. So I need to have 2 Ents adjacent. How do I do that? I am so confused. All right, so we flip that one there. Then we get 2 movement. 1, 2. So we come back here. To get on both sides of him. So this part, these aren't very hard. It's the keeping these fires down. All right, so if I gain a single corruption, I'm at 8 out of 15. I'm just past halfway, just past halfway. I can get rid of that fire. Otherwise, I have to spend 2 to move here, to boot him, to move him there. I guess we'll go the long way. All right, so we'll spend these 2. We'll move to here. When we move there, we'll eliminate that goblin. Then we'll swap this card for a sword. I'm going to try to eliminate that one. 1, 2. I'm trying not to get corruption. All right, number 9. So we're putting one in the 9 spot. It is adjacent, so we lose. So weird. Boy, 9 is just going to be an auto lose a lot. So I just needed to put that fire out. All right, let me try it one more time. Maybe I just have to take corruption. Maybe that's part of the game. 2, 4, 6. Or I was so focused on getting down here, maybe I need to get rid of those goblins, but they're just going to keep coming out. Yeah, I'm not sure. That one was a bit confusing for me. Although I guess if I lose without adding corruption, it's just to start over, right? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reshuffle this. Okay. So we have to get Treebeard, so we start 1, 2. We know we're going to need these to eliminate goblins, so those are good. So then maybe we just wait to see where a goblin is. Draw 2. 1, 2. Flip. 14. Add a goblin to the highest number. Is that what it is? Flip one goblin to its fire side. If there are no goblins on the board, place a goblin in the highest unoccupied space. All right. So 1, 2 will move us here. We'll swap this for this. We will move. Actually, we don't even need this one. What did I do? No, I'm good. We will move into this space and eliminate that goblin. Well, that's extremely helpful. Or 2 of the same. All right, draw 2. Got another one. 8. So we'll put a goblin in space 8 over here. So we'll move 1, 2, and we'll eliminate that goblin. So just keep them off the board. And have what we need here. So we'll move him onto this space. And we'll have that. 1, 2. Flip another one. 6. So a goblin is coming in here. If the space is occupied, place it in the next highest number. All right. So now I don't have what I need. So he'll move 1, 2. Then the question is, do I try to get what I need? Put this down here, pick this up. The sword will move me here. The doubles will eliminate him. Go from there. 1, 2. Kind of playing the slow game now. 12. Place one in the highest numbered unoccupied space. So that is 8. All right. So 7 hasn't seen anything. All right. So we get 2 free movements. So we'll take 1 to go here. We'll discard these, complete a gathering, and draw 2 cards from the story deck. So then what I can do is have one of them running around here and one of them moving people down here, right? Maybe. All right, so this will move him this way. No, better than that. We'll just keep playing the way we were. This will move him this way, and then discard 2, put him back. We'll draw 2. Draw 1 here. 13 goes in the highest, which is 7. 2 free movement puts us here. Eight has already been drawn. So we're safe for a minute here. So we'll use 1 to move another one further down here. Okay, draw 2. 1, 2. Flip, number 2. So he's going up here. So 2 free movement. We'll go 1, 2. Play this. Eliminate. We'll use this one to move him here. And then we'll draw 2. Move each character miniature 1 space. And card 7. So space 7, we can't. That one turns into a fire. Dang it. How do I get 2 surrounding that one? So 1, 2. I think I just don't. Move each character miniature 1 space. Yeah, there's just no way I would have the symbols. So I swap this out for this. I take a corruption, and I remove the fire. Man. Corruption says, discard 1 special card from any player's hand if able. All right, no, that's not bad. Draw 2. 9. So we place one in the center. It is a fire. So we'll move him into the center for 1 movement. Wait, what do we have to do? We have to have 2 surrounding it. So we go 1, 2. We have 2 surrounding it, and we discard any 2 cards. So we swap this one down here with this. And we discard these 2 to get rid of it. Okay, we'll be able to do that next turn. And then oh man, we spend 1 to move into the center, huh? All right, feet and swords. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll spend a sword so we're in the center. That's one of the things we want to do, is leave somebody in the center. This one's cool. All right, we'll draw 2. 4. So coming in here, we're good. Then we get 2 free movement. We get rid of that guy. Oh, I think I've been playing that wrong, though, because aren't those supposed to flip? Oh, okay. All right, so let's swap this for this. Nope, we get our 2 movement first, right? So we'll move down here. Then we'll swap this for this. We'll spend our move to go here. And we'll eliminate him. Draw 2. Flip. It's 11. So this guy becomes a fire. We swap this. Oh, we get 2 movement. 1, 2. 1, 2. Right? We spend these 3. Clear this. Draw a card from the special deck. Move each character miniature up to 1 space. Alright, so we'll move him 1. We'll move him 1. We draw 3. So this goes 3, 4 here. There's a goblin adjacent. Nope, okay. We don't have a symbol to eliminate it. So 2 free movement puts us here. We take a corruption to remove this one with Treebeard. That's all we got. And 2, flip 10. That one becomes that. Start of the turn, 2 movement. Just nowhere. But we can go here, 1, 2. Discard these 2 to get rid of this fire. Got all the goblins off the board. We'll move here. Draw 2. Flip 5. 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's going here. 2 free movement will move to here. Two free movement. Do I bring him in the center? Where do I go here? I can't eliminate him. So bring him into the center. Draw 2. Flip 15. Becomes a fire. 2 free movement to here. Discard any 2 cards. These 2. Trade this for this. That removes that. Whew. Oh, and we lose because that's the last card. All right. I am unsure on this scenario what to do, so I must be doing something wrong. Mary and Pippin are used to move Ents. When one of them moves out of a space with one or more Ents, one Ent may move with them. Treebeard is considered an Ent. They move into a space with a goblin, discard 1 Horn of Gondor or 2 other matching story cards to defeat the goblin. Return the goblin to track. They cannot enter space with a fire. During a storytelling phase, player can extinguish a fire if there are at least 2 Ents adjacent to it. Discard any 2 matching story cards and return the fire counter to the goblin track, goblin side up. I lose if there are 2 fires on the board or the plot deck runs out. Boy, that sounds like all the things I did. So I tried to control too many of the goblins. When I bring these down here, I run into the problem that now there's an Ent down there. I had them both move down there and then ran into no control. I need somebody in the center. I'm unsure. But I'm going to stop there because I won't make it much further, and I will leave this challenge up to people and whatnot. There are 4 more. We can run through them quickly so you can see what else is in here. You may want to be surprised. So if so, thank you for watching. But the other ones that we have here are the Battle of Helm's Deep. So you can see you're going to have all these over here. Legolas Aragorn, we've got the Helm's Deep here. And we've got the day track and whatnot. And we are going to need to get Aragorn and Gimli at the Culvert explosion. So they're going to have to come down here. Then, come on, we can take them. Remove all orcs from the yellow area. So all these orcs are going to have to go. Aragorn and Legolas are going to have to be in the Great Hall. Ride out with me. Gimli and Hornburg. Gandalf at or beyond day 4. So we're trying to get Gandalf to move up this track to show up. Here's the Great Hall. Here's where Gimli will be. And then at dawn, look to the east. Gandalf is at day 5 or at Cliffside. We complete the chapter. If he's at Cliffside, we draw an additional card. Then we have Shelob's Lair. There's actually not a lot. There's really just these orc tokens for that one. Actually, we're using these orc tokens now that I think about it. I think it was these ones. Shelob's Lair, we're going to have Golem and some webs that we will set up. We've also got this Galadriel space that she will help us out with. Sam is here. Frodo and Gollum are here. So you've got your Gollum token. And you've got 2 various exits here. So into the darkness, Frodo, Sam, and Gollum must be on different spaces inside Shelob's Lair. Lair entrance. So once you get to here, you're good. Anything inside here. Frodo of the Shire. Frodo must be on Galadriel's space. Gollum and Samwise must be adjacent to Galadriel. And then a narrow escape. Frodo and Sam must be on different exit spaces. Gollum can be on either exit space. All other challenges complete. And then finally, the last one is the final battle. So you're going to have a track up here with Sam and Gollum. And then you're going to have Merry, Gimli, Pippin, Aragorn, and Legolas are all out here. The Battle of Pelennor Fields will be Gandalf and Pippin have to be adjacent to Faramir to save him. So Faramir's out here. Raise an army. Aragorn adjacent to both Army of the Dead. That still only counts as one. Legolas adjacent to Oliphant counter and Gimli adjacent to Legolas. Where are counters? Okay, so one of these is going to be Frodo. So Frodo's invisible. You've got these. I was going to say, where's Frodo? But he's on one of those there. Where is the Oliphant counter? What am I missing? Is something double-sided? We've got 6 orc counters. One of these. Oh, okay, yeah. Here they are. So we've got these for orcs now on the back side. We've got the armies of the dead. We've got the Oliphant. Is this him? Yep. A little weird looking. We've got the Witch King. We've got Gandalf. And we've got Éowyn here. So these are going to start on various spaces. I am no man. Merry and Éowyn adjacent to Witch King on opposite sides. Remove Éowyn and Witch King. Move Merry up to 3 spaces. Draw 1 story card. The Battle of the Black Gate. So these are all individual things that you can do. The Battle of Pelennor Fields complete and Aragorn at the mouth of Sauron. So we have to do all these things and then get Aragorn to here. We will get to draw a story card for that. And ring spaces can now be occupied. So now we can go on those spaces here and whatnot. And then all of the challenges complete. Samwise, Frodo, and Gollum at the Crack of Doom. Over here. The current player must discard story cards matching all icons not covered by a counter or miniature in Mordor. So we've got all these different spaces that we have to get covered. All right. There you go. And then I think there's a little thing on the back here, right? When you finish it, it says, even the smallest person can change the course of the future. I'll hold that for you. So there you go. There's the book, too, that comes with it, just so you can see that. Pretty nice. There you go. There's the Lord of the Rings adventure game. I'm not sure how to pass that one. I felt like maybe I just needed to take a lot more corruption and let it be. Maybe getting fewer corruption earlier on so that I could get to that. Obviously, I ran into the problem with the Balrog on that one. But I'd have to get through 3 more after that. So I was trying to avoid corruption, but it looked like it was going to be nigh impossible. But I guess if you refuse to take corruption, you can keep playing the story over and over because you won't add any. So that works out kind of nice. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Join us this evening. It's going to be a 4-player game of Marvel Champions. Brian, Steve, Eric, and myself are going to be showing off Rogue in a 4-player game and all the chaos that can ensue against Sandman. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. My name is the Brandt, and until next time, I hope you step into the portal. Happy Monday, everybody. Have a great week.